Hello, hello. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Good morning, riskRED. Good morning, riskRED. Do you know what time it is? You know what time it is. There was a shot to the moon campfire, I believe, as far as I'm aware. It is the evening, sir. And hello, Brian. How's it going? Yo, yo. How's it all going? Oop. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. Sorry, I had a weird alert come up on my phone. I was like, what? But we're fine. Yeah, how's it going, everyone? I hope decently as always. Yeah. We're doing an art stream today. Good old art stream. I keep thinking of, a couple days ago, stream on Wednesday. That was pretty entertaining, I gotta say. I had fun with that. And I said on that stream too, by the way, that I was going to do a stream on Saturday. Forgot I had plans on Saturday, so there won't be a stream on Saturday, but there will be on Monday, so cool beans. Anyways, yeah, we're going to be doing some good old art as per usual. I kind of wanted to just do what we did last stream where we had Nifty 2.0. We were kind of finishing that art up. We didn't quite finish Nifty last stream. Nifty is finished now, so you can go to the Shot to the Moon Illustrator's room, and there will be the finished art. There'll be a post about this stream, but there'll also be... Scroll up a little bit, you'll see the image for that and everything. Yo, what up? Not too much. We're just kind of chilling. We're having a decent time. Most of my stuff is actually working now, and I'm happy about that. I'm getting a little bit of video lag. I don't know what that's about, but these are minor things. These are minor things in their current situation, so I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied right now. Because for the most part, I've had issues going forward with certain things, and it's been like... I hate it. But it's fine right now. It's okay right now. There's a little bit to deal with, but ugh. But I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, we're just going to be chilling, doing some art. We were finishing Nifty last stream, and we're going to be finishing the seal that I did 2 weeks ago? More than 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. We've done a few art streams. I forget when they were. They were Friday, so I know that. But I forget which weeks they are. Either way, I do want to finish that up, because I haven't touched it since that stream. Similar to Nifty at the time of last stream, so I want to finish that up, get some clean line art down. There is some art that I do need to work on that is related to other things, kind of. Ooh. But I can't do that on stream, unfortunately. I probably could, but I shouldn't, so I won't. But we're gonna do the seal, so really cool stuff. We have most of the design done. We got to do a little bit of the base area, kind of the middle face of it. We have that like seal logo in the middle, which is cool, and I like it. But I think also we need to have the kind of area behind that have a little bit of detail. That was a voice crack. Anyway, that's what we're gonna be doing. Ooh, I had this left up on... Oh no. I had my iPad left up on some art that I can't show right now. Hold on. Okay, we're good. You're not gonna see it now. I have to like censor things out in this. It's kind of weird. I feel like I'm probably one of few people that have to do that, where I have to like censor out my own art so that when you go to the thumbnail previews, you can't see it. Because when I stream, there's some stuff that you guys can't see. No. It's all private. For now. Room vibes on point? I know, right? Yeah. I didn't turn this on, but... I mean, it was turned on, but I wasn't the one to do it, but... Looks cool. I'm not gonna disapprove of it. I like it. It's good. I'm trying to turn off some things. We're gonna go to the iPad in a second. Give me a minute. Pencil's not synchronized. We good? We're good, I think. Maybe, possibly. Maybe not, though. I have my mic in the way. I gotta move a few things. And then we're gonna go to the iPad. We're gonna finish up some of this art. Where we left off last time was on the sketch. I kind of showed it, but we'll get to the screen now. Woo! So we have this. This is the Seal of Illsendor, at least my interpretation of it. I don't think we showed it on stream. I should do that. I will do that. Give me a second. Let's do that real quick. Sealber had some art of the seal a little bit ago. I don't think we showed it on stream. I don't think I did. I should have, but I don't believe I did. I believe it's here. There it is. Hey, there we go. Hell yeah, look at that. That's pretty sick. It's interesting. I'm not sure. Also, feel. It's cool though, and I like the fire monkey up there. Very, very nice. I assume this is your signature, Sealber. It's interesting, and it's got the like Mayan calendar kind of color that I was implying. So I like it. Got an interesting look. Got like this kind of like fin shape. Interesting. And I assume these are the slots. They're like little crystals, you know? It's cool. So I wanted to show that. Well, thank you, Sealber, for your contribution. I'm not done mine because I'm slow and lazy. But we're getting there, okay? Shut up, man. Oh, that's the logo, okay. I gotta like re-familiarize myself with like how some of the layers are set up too, and I gotta be like, oh yeah, right, yeah, that's how, that was that, yeah. Right, yeah, huh. Alright, so we're probably gonna have to do the process that we did the last time of cleaning up the art too, but I might actually do the line art how I used to do it with stuff like the fire monkeys, simians. Yeah. What I think I want to do here, and I was going to keep it kind of... I was going to do like some designs and stuff, and it is going to... I mean, it is a design, but... What I want to do is something kind of simple, just like a pattern in the middle. I don't know if that's going to be good, though. What I was going to do is something like this. I was just going to do like a bunch of straight lines, kind of like this, and just go across and like connect them weirdly. You know, like that. But it feels kind of lazy to do, and then when you look at it, it's not really that great. So I don't think that's the play either. But I'm not really sure what it is. I think what we could do is we could put something between all these circles, right? It's going to be hard to do because the spacing between all the circles is not fully even. It's pretty even, but right here is kind of bad. So that I'm not really sure what to do with. Could be something, though. Not really sure. Maybe. I'm going to move the circle a little bit. Whoops. And maybe scale it down a little bit just so we can get that, I rotated that somehow. How did I do that? What did I do? Ooh, fancy. That's cool, but not what I want to do, so I'm not going to do that. There. I made that circle slightly smaller. That works. I'm okay with that. I think it's because this one's slightly tall. Actually, I think that is the problem. I think this one's too tall. I don't know if you guys see that. I just need to do this. There you go. Oh, there we go. We got enough space now, I think, for most of them. I want to put something in between. I don't know what. I said I wanted to put something in between. I haven't decided what it is yet. But we're getting there. I think what I'm going to do is do like little like square rectangle-y things. I don't know if that's going to look too jarring, though. I'm not going to give them any depth. They'll be like on the surface. Right? So they'll be like this. Right? And kind of aligned between the two circles. What are they exactly? Have no idea, but they're a design, right? And I feel like they could give a little bit of interest to it. Now this might be too big. We might want to still keep the space like fairly, you know, spacious. Maybe we stick them out like this. Ooh, it'll look like what looks like this? God, I can't even think of what I'm thinking of. No. There's a thing. I feel like I'm thinking like Mario, but I don't think it's that. Maybe like a Zelda thing. I don't know what I'm thinking of. There's something that's made up of a bunch of circles and then it kind of has these little like sticking out parts like this. And it's a symbol, but I don't really know what it is. That implies I don't know what it is. I know what it is, but I don't remember what it's from. I would bring it up if I could, but I don't remember it. I keep thinking Nintendo game, but I'm probably wrong, so I'm not going to keep going off of that. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? I assume not super great. I know about, health-wise, maybe not great. That's a weird way to put that. You're good, you're chill. Also, that emote's like one of my favorite ones. I'm also a little biased because I did it, but I do like that one. It's got a good vibe to it. I think I said earlier, one stream anyway, I'm probably going to remove that one emote of mine. Well, the one that you just used, Steve. Not because I hate it, I do like it, but I have the scream mode now, and that's way better. I give it that name, just riskRED Scream. But I call it the Scream mode, because it's a pun. Hee hee ha ha, ho ho, very funny. I gotta make more emotes, dude. I have so many slots that I didn't even realize until recently, and I was like, oh. Gotta make more. So hey, art streams. You never know. I'm gonna make this one wider. I'm making these like wider as I go, and I think that is like actually the play because it makes it easier to see them. Let's make these a bit wider. I'm going up to a friend's house rather soon, third week-ish of July. Say third week, I guess it's second week. Kind of. It's third weekend, let's say that. That's more accurate. Third weekend of July. And a friend from high school, we used to do like films and stuff together. You can actually go to my channel. It's called Pixelated Ladder. We have some old high school like film projects on there. They're okay. I'm not going to tell you they're masterpieces by any means, but they're alright. That was prior before I went to school for film or anything like that, so in fairness, you know, give me a little bit of a little bit of slack. But anyway, probably gonna end up actually going and filming some stuff once again. Little short films, skits. Not really sure yet. We're still planning that part out. But it'd be cool to do that again. It's been a hot minute since I've done something like that. It's been so long. When I did it in the past, I would have just used my camera and used the audio from the camera, its internal mic or whatever. And now that I've gone to like school for film and everything, I'm like, that is unacceptable. I have to use something better. So I've been like looking for days for like different types of wireless lavalier microphones. They're those little like tiny microphones you like clip on to like your shirt. It's a little tiny microphone. I've been looking for like wireless things for that, and I found one I liked, and then I realized that it's going to take like a month to show up, which I can't do. But it was so good though. Based on the reviews, I don't know. I haven't used it, obviously. But it looked good. I did buy one. I had to buy a cheaper one because it would show up supposedly on time. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. It's kind of interesting being like doing film and everything in school and all that. We had access to the technology that was there to us being part of the program. There was just like rentals you could take out there, which is really great. The problem is that you eventually kind of like rely on that. So then when you graduate, you're like, crap, I didn't actually buy anything. So now I have to buy my own stuff or rent it. Fortunately, around here, there's not a lot of rental places where I'm at for that kind of thing. There kind of is, but it's more like stage show stuff. Which is not bad by any means, but doesn't quite work for my purposes exactly, so I had to resort to something else. But I think we'll be good. It actually made me think I might be able to do some VR streams in the future. Just for the fact that it's like, with the way my setup currently works, I think I could actually use what I bought for that kind of thing, which would be really cool. Alright, I want to do something else here. I kind of want to do like another one of this, you know what I mean? Like do another one here. Seems kind of weird to do though. It's like that. Yeah, that feels a little too repetitive to me. Ooh, what if we do this? I'm just trying to get like a cool design in the middle. It's a weird thing. So these are like really simple shapes, but I'm trying to use shapes that kind of direct the eye in an interesting way, or like looks vastly different enough from what I've already been doing that it like, you know, doesn't look too repetitive by any means. So I'm using these triangles now, and I actually like this look. Kind of pointing towards the center of the seal, kind of brings your eye towards the middle. At least that's the idea. I might not end up doing that once I've done all of them. We'll have to see, but in my opinion, it kind of has a cool look to it because it's bringing your eye towards the logo. And it doesn't look too repetitive either, so that's kind of cool. Of course, I'm just putting all this thing in generally. I probably should just be trying to clean up this art or line art before I put it down so that I don't have to come back and try to clean up the line art later. But I like being able to like put things down quickly and then just kind of figure it out later. You know what I mean? I'm gonna draw this way. There's certain angles that I feel more confident drawing. I think I'm more confident going left to right than right to left with lines. I'm just playing into that. Alright, so that's pretty cool. The only thing I feel like we can do now is put something like here. I don't know what though. I don't want to put a circle because I feel like a circle would be too weird. Everything's very sharp on this background, and I think that needs to be maintained. Maybe like a diamond shape. We do like a shape like this. Maybe a little weird though. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Some of them are going to be cut off by the fact that things are in the way of them. This is really weird. The arcade machine behind me, you can't really see it now, it's over here, but that behind me is making sounds and stuff, and I just hear it slightly in the background, so I'm like, what the heck is making that sound? It almost sounds like follower alerts, because they're all like arcade games and stuff. And I'm like, what the heck is that sound? I don't know if I'm into this design. I'm gonna get rid of these diamonds. Do not think they are for me. I might be able to get away with circles, I just think they're kind of strange. And since we already have circles, I want those to really be like the standout piece, you know what I mean? Maybe we could do like dot circles, you know what I mean? Like maybe I could just do like this between each one. This might look weird, but I'm going to try it. It's only going to look good if I do it on all of them. This is one of those weird things. We just gotta try it. It's gonna be a bit weird because some of them are behind the seal, or the middle of the seal anyway. I think this is gonna look weird. Oh, actually, you know, I thought it would look weird. I don't think it does. I kind of like that. It looks like little like perforations. I'm okay with that. It's a little strange, but you know what? I'm okay with that. There you go. There's a bit of a design in the middle, right? And you can tell how that's like a lot more impactful, right? Like we get rid of that. It looks very barren now, right? It doesn't look like there's much in there, but we put this in here and it just looks like there's a little bit more detail. It looks more like a relic, right? I knew our last stream drawing this that was definitely like something that was needed for sure. I'm gonna draw one more thing here and I'm just gonna kind of round it out to the circle. And it's not gonna go too far. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna do that too, just to fill in the back. You won't see it on every single circle just because of the scale of it. Like this one you're not gonna see too much of. Oh, it actually matches with that line, that's funny. And then once this is done, I think we'll be good to start cleaning up this line art. And or doing the line art again, which might actually be the case here, just because I think I am going to go with the kind of simian line art rather than the line art we did with Nifty, where we cleaned up this sketchy line art and kind of kept that design. I don't know, maybe we'll keep it though, it's hard to say. I kind of like it. I like that design. I've been experimenting with the kind of like sketchy thinner line art recently and I'm digging it. I'm enjoying doing it. But sometimes I do like the kind of clean line art style too. That style kind of persists with any of like the moon planet drops we've had in the past. That has kind of been there. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better. It just kind of fills in that back area. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I just wanted to have a little bit here where it was clear that there was something with a little bit extra detail. There we go. Very good, that's what I wanted. I think that looks a lot better. I think that looks a lot better with that extra detail. At that point, I think we're good. I think we're like basically done the sketchy stage of what's supposed to be here. I think now it's just like refine the line art and get it looking better. So that's really the weird question here now, where it's like, what do we what do we do for the line art? Do we clean it up or do we use the cleaner style? I'm gonna say probably use the cleaner style because I think that'll benefit the letters here. They'll look smoother and more polished that way. I'm gonna make sure to do the letters on a separate layer just because I want to make them red. Maybe. Not sure what color I want them to be, but I think I do want that line art to be a different color, not black like it is now. Everything else can be black, but just that I want to have it be red in my mind, but it might be, I might do that green. I think I am going to do green, which would mean that having it be red would look kind of Christmassy and weird. Kind of hurt your eyes a little bit, maybe. So possibly not. Maybe like a blue. We'll see. Oopsie. Put a line in there, I didn't mean to. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to close this whole group. That's the entire seal, and I'm going to go over it. I'm actually going to turn the opacity of this whole group down, too. Oh, I can't turn... Oh, no, I can. Can I not? Oh, sorry. They changed how opacity works recently, so I don't think I can do it to this. No, I can't. It is a per layer basis, I believe. Maybe. I'm confused now. It's fine. I won't worry about it. Not right now. It's just going to be a little comfort thing, but I think we're good. We're going back to eye bleach red, everyone. So now I have to figure out what thickness I want to use. I usually use pretty thick, but I do want to keep kind of that thin style. Let's figure out what I want to use. Obviously the outside edge, I like to use a thicker brush. I'll probably use like a 10. Which is not as thick as I normally go. But yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah, this is a little bit different than the nifty design. The mic's actually in the way. I can't do the line. I keep hitting the mic arm. So yeah, it's been a while since we've done art like this, but I'm okay with it because it'll give a bit of a different look to it. And that's the other thing. When we're done this, I'll be curious to know if you guys prefer the clean line art like this, or if you guys prefer the kind of sketchy look. This brush is a little hard to use to get the crack kind of line art, like this little line here, to look how you want it. I think that's the one benefit of the sketchy design, is that it makes it a little easier to put in those little fine details, which do go a long way. I talked about it before with like emotes and stuff, how it's kind of, you know, it's not really needed fully for emotes. It depends what it is. If there's a lot of tiny details, it does add up to be like one subtle detail. But for the most part, if it's one tiny little like thing here or thing over there, it doesn't really matter too much. I do like the cracks in this. Makes it really cool. I might go back through this to add those little like crack details I added in some of the lines. I'll redo that. I messed it up. Just like these little lines here. That works too, actually. I was about to say, like, because if we do them now, they'll be too thick, and then that one looked perfect. So, never mind. If you do quick flicks like that, this brush is set up to not be full size. Yeah, so it'll take a little bit to get this line art done as well, but that's okay. This line art does make the colors easier to fill in. We got pretty lucky with Nifty last stream. After I cleaned it up, the colors went in pretty easily, which is pretty rare for this kind of sketchy brush, just because the edges are so like rough even when you do clean it up. So we got pretty lucky on that one. This one is a lot easier. Still not perfect, but it's usually better. There we go, we got that outer line done. And now we're done, guys, right? Maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna turn the thickness down to 8 for the rest of the outer part anyway. I might go back to 10 for the middle part just so it stands out, but it's hard to say. I might not do that. Also, I don't know, I didn't really talk about it too much. I don't even know if everybody on the team knows. But I did make a proper logo for Nifty's Legion of When. I just kind of had an idea from one of the streams that we were kind of making up the logo for the Nifty stream. I didn't like that design that much, but the design I put on his belt, I was kind of inspired to make something similar. It's not quite the same thing that I had initially, but I did find something that I think was fairly decent, so I went with it. It's actually an emote in the Discord, so you can check that out. Not saying it's perfect, it might change in the future, but that's what it is for now. I was like, I know there's more details here, don't hide from me. I knew there was more. I like how rough the shape is, but you can still tell it was like a round kind of like coin medallion shape. That's what I was hoping for, and I think it's fairly clear. I could be wrong though. It's like weird open side. I'm gonna avoid that. I was like, that's cool. Never mind. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good on that. There you go. We're done now. It actually does have a decent amount of detail already. But still, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Alright, I'm also going to do this part. Again, I'm going to have to go back through this and add like a few little cracks here and there. Just because I think that's really like the main sell for this whole thing, if you know what I mean. I want to preserve that kind of worn feel that's in there. Alright. Yeah, I think 8 for our thickness on this brush is pretty good. I think that is the size we want to go with. I did a weird thing right there. Alright, we're good, we're good. There's a bit of like oddity in the roundness too, that I think was just like a bit of an artifact from the fact that I did it freehand without like a perfect circle reference, which is sometimes a good way to get like a perfect circle if that's what you're looking for. Just get like an actual image of a perfect circle and then use that for your sizes. The only problem is if you want to do like perspective or anything, you'll have to then like either freehand those circles or somehow get a perfect circle at that perspective. There's probably some tools online that you can do that. Make a quick 3D disc at the right perspective, the right thickness, without having to actually like, you know, go to a huge amount of effort to figure out all those dimensions from the top of your head. Like we did with this. I'm not sure what's going on here. The lines are a little rough. I think it's just this. At this point, with the line art, we don't have to worry about sizing or anything, which is nice. Or like perspective lines now, we just have to trace. Some stuff we have to guess a little bit because some of the lines are a little rough. Oh, I see. This was a crack. That's what that is. What's going on with this line here? Do you see this? This is a very rough line. I'm just gonna do that. I think that's where the line's going. If not, oh well, that's where it's going now. Yeah, some of these lines are like ultra rough, man. Anyway. I'm kind of, I'm a little creativity deprived of, music right now. Because I have not been doing anything related to that in the past while. Because I ended up reloading my old streaming computer, which is what I had my music software on. My DAW. And, unfortunately, I still have never actually, like, fully purchased the software that I'm using. I know. Illegal. You would never pirate music. I know. But I kinda did, so... bad on me. Mind you, that software was from years and years ago when I was way younger. It cut me a bit of slack. So now I'm like, oh, I should just buy it. But I've just been hesitant to do it. So I haven't done that yet, so now I still have no way of making new music at the moment. But in a way, I think it's kind of good, because I've had this kind of thing where I'll just hop in and have like an idea and be like, I gotta make it, I gotta do this. And then I'll start making it, and then I'll be like, wow, this actually sucks, never mind, and then stop making it. And then I'll always save it, because you never know when you might want to use something again, just going back and trying something. I'm not going to do this line yet. But at the same time, it's one of those things of like, yeah, I would like to finish one of these one day. I don't think it's going to happen though. It also means I have tons of these projects sitting around that I now can't do anything with, and I would have to buy stuff again to like look at my old projects, because I can't even open them now. Someday I will buy it. It just doesn't feel like a huge priority. But anyway. At the same time, if you want to check out me tunes, links to that is below. It's also on streaming services and stuff. Mind you, depending on the streaming service, the setup is a little weird. Because unfortunately, actually getting like control and power of like how your music is managed on streaming services is dependent on the streaming service. And YouTube is like the worst one. I made the mistake of setting my music YouTube channel as like my artist account, which you can do. Gives you the little like music symbol next to your name so people know it's a music channel. But then you automatically lose the ability to sort by popular video on there, which I think is stupid. You should be able to do that. And the other thing is the fact that any like music that's automatically uploaded under your name will get like registered as part of your channel, which also means that anybody that has the same artist name as me that's also uploading to YouTube will sometimes automatically get uploaded to my channel. So I just have a bunch of like littered amount of content that isn't mine on my channel now, and I can't take it off. It's pretty awful. And of course, managing with YouTube in trying to get that sorted is the biggest pain in the world. So I just don't even deal with it. I'm just like, yeah, screw it. I don't care. That said, my music's on YouTube if you want to check that out. I do also upload a lot of my own versions of the music onto the channel directly, but it still doesn't fully help a lot of them end up loading in as like official music videos on YouTube Music because of that. But they're just like re-uploads on YouTube. So yeah, really shouldn't have probably done the official artist channel, because it's caused me more pain than it has been worth. I just wanted cool symbol. Music note. Not really, I mean, that's cool, but I wanted the extra, like, powers and abilities with it, which is really not much. So that's why I'm saying it wasn't worth it. Been more pain than it's worth. It's funny too, I'm one of those people that will like tell you like I make music, and then people will be like, what kind of music? And then I won't fully know what to tell you, and even if I do find some way to tell you, I just feel like kind of weird saying it. Because the music that I make is like super like chill and weird. This is one of them. If you're able to hear it. It's a weird song. I wouldn't, like, it's weird, I don't know. I don't want to say I wouldn't listen to it normally myself. I do like it, but I just made a tune that I was like, I can finish that, I know where it's supposed to go. But I wouldn't particularly say it's something that like I would like immediately think of wanting to make. Like stuff I want to make in that regard is more like it's usually heavier stuff, but I can never make heavier stuff that I'm happy with. So I just make like lighter, more chill songs, which I know some of you might like that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, it's interesting how, I mean, that happens with really anything, right? There's always like people that have this sort of ability to make something that people like, but it might not be immediately what they were hoping to create. But they know that that is like something that they can do well, so like why not just do the thing you can do well rather than trying to do something that you can't do well or have yet to do well. It sounds like a weird way of saying like don't explore new avenues and try something new. Kind of saying that, but like, you know, play to your strengths if you have them and you don't mind doing that, I guess. I'm also making it seem like I'm an expert at doing like chill music. I'm definitely not, but much better at that than anything else, so. I know of one content creator that makes like techno music, and I don't know, I don't see a lot of like, I mean, I don't know them, so I don't know, but based on their other content, it doesn't seem like they get a huge advantage out of making that specific genre, but they do it well, so why not, you know? Same kind of thing. Always loved dubstep music. As a kid, I always wanted to like make it, and I found like programs to kind of make it. Either they were like loop programs, or they were like weird like programs that I was like using for the wrong intention, where it's like it's clearly not made to make that kind of music, but I was trying to anyway. This was like really young me though. And I was just like, yep, okay, cool, I'm gonna do that. And then when I eventually got into making music seriously in like an actual digital audio workstation, yeah, no. I was like, well, that's way harder than I thought. And also I can't make anything I like. I only made one thing I like in that regard, and I made it with software that was like a trial run thing, so I couldn't finish it. And it's only like a 15-second thing. But I enjoyed it, and I was like, cool, I wish I could finish that. But I can't. And it's not even if I like got that specific piece of software I used to do it that I could finish it. The way their trial run worked was like, oh, you can use it for this long and you can't save anything. So if you make like a unique sound with it, then it's just gone after that 30 minutes. So yeah, no way to finish it. I also made it like in 2014 maybe. So even if there was a way to like recover that, it's probably long gone just due to time. Oh well, it's fine. I did end up like reloading a computer years ago, 2018-ish. I think I reloaded it like end of 2018 or something like that, and I ended up losing a bunch of like guitar recording files I made for like different guitar riffs I liked. They were probably actually trash, but I don't have them anymore, and it kind of sucks. Because that's where I saved a lot of my ideas at the time. At the same time, there are a lot of them that I remembered and ended up re-recording anyway just to have them in a different way. So I probably only remembered the ones that were actually good, or at least like decently usable, and the ones I didn't remember were the trash ones. So it probably worked out, but I guess I'll never really know. I don't have them anymore. Alright, cool. I'm gonna stay on this thickness for these as well. I'm gonna try to make these triangles pointy, but it takes a little bit more time to do that because you gotta like put the lines together to try to make a point and then kind of scrub away the excess because these lines are very rounded. Could I make a version of this brush that's more pointy so that it would work out? Maybe. But that would take a lot of effort, and I would also have to learn how to still use it because yeah, see, like I can do that, right? And then I can take an eraser brush, whatever the size is, there you go, do that, and then it goes to a point, like that. Is it a perfect point? Not at all, but whatever. I'm not complaining. Not that much, anyway. Alright. Whoops. Alright. Yeah, once this is done, I'm gonna do... I'm gonna recolor the lines to be black, except for the text when I get to it. I'll keep that red, or I'll make it black, or a different color, just so that we have it separated, that I can do something with it after. And then I'm gonna do the actual coloring of it. Anyway, outside of art and like any other like productive stuff I've been doing, I've been playing Prey from 2017, I think, I believe. There's a content creator that I watched that has praised it multiple times and said to play it, and I never have, so I figured I'd give it a shot, because I like the classic Prey game from like 2006. Mind you, it's like impossible to play now because you can't buy it digitally anymore. They just stopped selling it that way. And buying it physically you can do, but even if you do get it to work from the physical disc, then you have to like hope that it works on your operating system, and I don't think it does, so you have to like download fixes for it. And it's a pain in the butt. It kind of sucks because that game is amazing. But anyway, and I haven't played it in years. But I figured I'd play the new Prey because it's completely different. And I've heard good things. Been playing it, don't like it. I don't think I like it. I thought I did, but I don't know. I'm still kind of trying it to see. I played it for a couple hours. It's just been like a game it's one of those games that doesn't tell you like enough. At least for me. You kind of have to guess a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm far enough in the game where I feel I should feel confident going into a new area, knowing that there's going to be new stuff, but I know how to use my kit reliably, and I probably won't die unless I'm really stupid. But I feel like even if I try my hardest, I'm going to die every time in that game. And I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I haven't had enough practice. Or if I have had the opportunity to practice, I've had ways to like cheese the game at this point to get through areas easier that now I don't know how to get through areas easily. The game has like turrets in it that you can find, and you can pick them up and put them in places and they'll kill enemies for you. So I've just been like finding turrets everywhere and been taking them with me and then putting them in front of enemies and then letting them die to that. Or at least take most of the damage, and then I'll like finish them off. But now that I have like rooms full of enemies I need to take out, it's like, I don't know what to do. So maybe I screwed myself over a little bit, but at the same time, I played a game like Control, which had a similar kind of setup for like enemies and like areas you re-explore and different levels of enemies and all that kind of stuff. And it's one of my favorite games, honestly, so maybe the problem's me, but at the same time, I don't want to fully blame myself. There's a lot of people that praise the game too, at least now. It didn't sell well, but nowadays people are enjoying it, so alright then. I'm still giving it a benefit of the doubt. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I will continue to play it for a bit longer until I confidently don't like it, or either get bored with it, or I do like it and I just keep playing it. It's hard to say. Still don't fully know yet. I think I'm at a point where I'm probably not going to end up liking it more. I liked it initially, and now I don't really like it as much. And now I'm at a mission where like it doesn't even tell you where to go, you just kind of have to like wander around until you find the right places, which I don't like. Tell me where to go, please. Especially when you're in places where the levels are set up so that you come back to them later, and some of the rooms have harder enemies in them right off the bat. And so some rooms you're not supposed to go into because you can't handle them until later. For some reason, the game also likes to tell you where to go very rarely, so you kind of just figure it out the hard way that, oh, I'm not supposed to go over here because there's hard enemies over here. So I'm not a fan of that either. But I don't know, maybe some of you or others who have played it don't mind that kind of thing and end up praising the game because you like that kind of thing. I guess I just don't. But I don't really know. Anyway. Alright. Getting pretty far with this. Most of this line art down here. It's been a while since I've done the line art like this once again, so at the same time I might end up hating it once we're done. And being like, oh, that looks bad, or this doesn't look bad, or it does look bad, I don't know. I mean, my hope is that it doesn't, but it's hard to say. It might. Alright. I apparently didn't do these for whatever reason. I don't really know why. It was very odd. Especially this one. This one's like in prime position. Alright, now that we're done these details, I'm going to put the thickness back up. And I say now that we're done, and now I can't finish this line. I'm going to put the thickness back up of our brush, and I'm going to do the interior and the this one line over here. And then once that's done, Oh, we have these dots too, but I can put the thickness back up for that. That's fine. All right, I got to do these dots first. I completely forgot about them. But I'm going to do the middle. And then I'm going to do the design on the side as well. That kind of ripple design. I don't know if I need to do it, but I want to do it, so I'm going to. And then after that, oh, we have the letters to do as well. I don't know how thick of a brush I should use for that. Probably 8 that we have now. Alright, and now I'm going to do the middle. See what this looks like right now. Well, that doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to look weird with the thinner line art in the middle, but I kind of like it. There's still a lot we need to do, but I'm into it. Gotta add some cracks and stuff too to everything. Oops, that's wrong. But once we do that, it'll look good. It'll look fine. Alright, this isn't too crazy of a thing of line art, so I'm just going to do that. Just doing this outer line here. I don't know if the logo will be filled in. I'm not going to fill it in with the line art, but it might end up being filled in black or something similar. Not really sure yet. I completely forgot we did the seal logo. I should probably make that as a emote as well in the Discord. I'm gonna redo that line. I did that poorly. There we go. Oh, we have flipped all the way around again. I was like, what's going on? The bad line once again. All right. Out of curiosity, any of you guys, are you guys thinking of the story from JB? I think it's pretty good, personally. JB, you're doing a great job with that, by the way. As always. I feel a little bit at fault right now for the fact that I have not been as in the Discord as I probably should be. I will change that for you guys. Alright, I'm gonna use the same 8 brush to do these little like crack details. I don't know if I should do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. They're not gonna have quite as much jagged fidelity as the lines that I have here, but that's okay. In a way, maybe I should have done the sketch line art for this, just to, like, you know, have it be kind of cleaned up stuff, or not as clean, so that the cracks kind of came out more, but oh well, I guess. I've gone too far now, I can't go back. I could, but I don't want to. I do like the seal logo. I think it's kind of cool. I wasn't sure at first, but I think it's pretty cool. Alright. It's hard to get this curve right. I want to make sure that we do. I think curves are the hardest thing to draw, at least for me, like curved lines. Just like the way that I want the curve to look anyway. More so. It's not hard to curve a line, but like to get it the way I want is a harder task. There we go. I think that's all right. It's not perfect, but fine. Oh, we can keep that like that, actually. I think the best way to go about doing curves is just do stuff as like fluently as you can try to do and not be perfect with it. But because we're doing this logo and I want to like stay true to the way the sketch looked, I can't be as much, I can't do that as much. Especially this side. Ooh, fancy, fancy curve. It's weird with curves, I feel like going right to left is easier, but I feel like normal stuff. I feel like normal lines, I'm better the other way. Really odd. There we go. We got it. We got that little thing there. I think that's pretty good. Okay. We got pretty much everything in that regard. So now really the only thing we have is the text and the kind of weird line design on the outside. Which I don't know if we need to do, but I'm going to do it anyway since we did do it. I'm going to try to stay as true to the sketch as we had. And yeah, so let's do the... I'm going to do the text in blue, actually. I said red initially, but... I'm going to do it in that. Sheesh? Why the sheesh, man? That's a weird color. I'm not using that. There we go, that's better. We're getting there. Unironically, this seal will work well as an emote in the Discord, so we'll probably be doing that. Wasn't really the plan, I just wanted to have a seal art piece, but it works out. I don't have to think about what letters are what now, which is great. I'm very happy about that, because that was the most frustrating thing about getting this text on here, was figuring out which letters were what. I think this is supposed to be like that. Coming along nicely? Why, thank you. I think we're getting there, for sure. What is this one supposed to be? Is this supposed to be I? Isn't I supposed to not connect? I think it's supposed to not connect, so I'm gonna do that. Oh no, actually it is supposed to connect in the letters, but not in the seal logo. I kind of want to. I don't know how to do it though. I've never done that before, so what I want to do, kind of, and figure out how to do, is turn this font or seal into an actual like usable font that you can type with. That'd be kind of sick. I kind of know parts of it, but I don't know exactly everything there is about it. What letter is that? I don't remember, but I think that's how it looks. There's some like weird lines here that I gotta like remember. I'm like, is that part of it or is that like a crack? Like this one, is this bottom line part of this or not? I don't think so. I can refer to the legend. I still have that. Just to make sure. Alright. Alright. We're good. We got another L here. This will be behind the other line art, so in the end you won't see it going through like it is now. But I'm not worrying about that at the moment. I gotta make these circles slightly bigger because of the thickness we chose. But that's okay. It's still the same general shape, so as long as that stays true, then we're good. These are fun letters to write, though. They do take some time, though. But I mean, you have, like, Japanese kanji and stuff. And those are pretty hard to write. So in fairness, could be worse. I don't know what this one's supposed to be. It's like a little dude on a backwards L. But whatever. I wasn't really thinking too hard about it at the time, and I'm not going to start now, so... You know. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I believe this is the W, which is a weird one. I do want to do that font thing, though. I don't know if that'd be a good thing to stream or not, because a lot of it would just be me figuring out how to do it. But maybe. There is potential, possibly, maybe. Not fully sure. I don't like that E. I'm gonna redo that. I still don't like that E. I gotta do the E's a bit differently so that I have enough room. I still don't like that one. I'm gonna do this slightly higher. Like this. There we go. That is how it would look. What's up, riskRED? How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Also, if you notice in the chat on the screen, the people that make that chat box widget broke the apostrophe, so it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. I read about it today, though, so it's fine. It's not me. Thank God. Everything else is usually me. But anyway, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. We're just kind of chilling. Making some art. I'm doing alright. I had a weird, like, thing the past couple days. For some reason, I think I have, like, mild carpal tunnel syndrome, or, like, symptoms. Because my fingies yesterday were doing weird tinglies. And it was not good. It was like that for 2 days. It was like Chinese water torture. It was awful. Today it seems to be okay. I don't want to jinx anything, though. Man is currently tracing. I am, but I'm doing better line art. You gotta do it, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. Yep, the hand tingle sunk. Been there, yeah. Do not enjoy it. I do not wish that on anyone. What is this letter? I don't even know what this letter is. What is that letter? Is that supposed to be the W one? Yeah, it is. Why does that look different than the one that we had up here? Where was that one? We're not done yet, though. We did one, like, yeah, this one. Isn't that the same one? Why is that different? Hold on. Steel's looking good, why thank you. We're just cleaning up the art. We're gonna make these lines better colors later. It's just for visibility, is why they're the current colors they are. I gotta bring up the legend of letters to figure out which letter is what. Oh god. 2 elements. Don't like it. Which letter is that? Yeah, that's the W right there. Oh, Steve with the gift sub. Why, thank you, Steve. And welcome, Josh, for becoming part of the cult. I mean, everybody becomes part of the cult if you follow, so. But now you're like superior. You with the power of a Twitch sub, you become superior. Now, that is a W, right? Or am I going crazy and there's another shape in here that looks similar and I'm just completely... No, that is that shape. So it looks different on this one. Why did I do that? Yeah, that one looks so bad. How did I manage to draw that awfully? It looks nothing like it. Was that the look of... Why the fuck did the sounder go off? Did the sounder not go off? It's supposed to. If it didn't, then that's another problem. I don't have the sounds on for myself, so I don't hear them anyway. Which they're supposed to, but... Like, I'm not supposed to hear it, mostly because the way my sound's currently set up right now. Still working on that. I used to have like an audio mixer software. Well, Steve, you know what the software is, because you have it too. I don't know if you use it, but it broke all my audio. I had to stop using it. Don't think it did. Probably did. The behind the scenes of digital art is so cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I enjoy doing it. There, we fixed the W that was there. I don't know why it was weird, but it was. I gotta move this one though. In the wrong spot now. There we go. You know, it's weird. I wouldn't have, like... Asked me, like, I don't know, even a couple weeks ago, maybe. That might be a bit extreme, but possibly. Ask me, like, you know, pre-Nifty 2.0, probably I would have told you, like, if you're like, when did you become an artist? Like, why? Or, like, you know, when did you start doing digital art? That's a more general question. I would have given you a better answer with that, but I wouldn't have told you that I'm, like, an artist person. I still feel weird saying that, but I at least feel like I can kind of say that now. Kinda. I guess. But yeah. I took an art class in high school, but it was all like real, like, portrait stuff or like landscapes and things, and that's just not what I do. I like doing like weird cartoony characters and stuff. I find more value. I find more value in doing art that's like kind of bringing interesting, unique ideas to life rather than doing, you know, I'm not saying that like real art based on realism is bad by any means. It's fine. But just in terms of myself, I think I'm more into doing art that's like, you know, fictitious. A little cool. All I've ever taken is high school art, but I took it the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade years. But it was always just art 1 and 2. I see. Yeah, I took... At least for me, you couldn't do the same, like, art class with, like, the same credit again, over and over again. You had to do, like, the next year, but you didn't always have to do them in order. Like if you did, say, 9th grade art, then you could do 11th and you didn't have to do 10th, but you couldn't do 10th without doing 9th, so it was kind of dependent on like your ability. It was kind of weird that way. I ended up doing like 9th grade art. I didn't have to do 10th grade art, so I didn't do it. Then I did 11th, and then I took 12th because I couldn't find anything else in my schedule, but I really didn't want to do it because my art teacher sucked, and that year sucked because I told him, I'm not doing any paintings. I'll do anything else, but not paintings. And then he forced my final project. That was like 30% of your final grade, and I still didn't have a great grade because my art teacher did not like my art. And he made 30% of my final grade based on doing a multi-canvas painting. And I told him, I'm not doing that. And I almost failed it because I barely did any of the work. I did it enough so that there was some work there, so he couldn't like completely fail me on it, but yeah, I did not have fun with that. Anyway, okay, so we got this. What does this look like right now? Ooh, clean seal. I like it. I probably should have drawn it bigger. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's fine though. It doesn't really matter. This line art cleans up well if you scale it up, so it's fine. Anyway. Okay, we got that. I need to do that like weird line art on the side as well still. That little bit of texture, and I also need to do some extra cracks and details. But other than that, then we'll be good. And on our way to call it a good day. Understand that. Oh. Thank you. I got into a lot of crap for not finishing the art because I didn't prime the paint. What are you actually trying to achieve currently? I'm just cleaning up the line art. So if you look, so here, I'll give you an example. I'm going to put all these layers together quick. So here's what we got. This is like the version. So we drew this from scratch, right? We can get rid of the text here. That was just for reference for around the outside. So this is what we drew from scratch, just kind of coming up with the design, right? This is what we drew. That's kind of the sketch, and now we're cleaning it up so that it looks kind of clear with this updated line art. It's a smoother look. We're gonna change the colors of it so it matches what this did. But this is kind of rough. You can see how it's kind of like scratchy and stuff, right? So that's all we're really doing. I'm just using this as a reference. That's why I'm tracing in a sense. Because I basically am, but I wasn't initially, but I am now. I have to get this little thing in. I added this just because I wanted some extra texture around the outside. There's a kind of like steel metal work kind of thing that people use on like knives that look like this. This ends up looking like wood, but on it, people do this on metal too, and I like the look, so that's what this was inspired by. But it looks fine. From sketch to smooth, exactly. And then I'm going to color it in. Then we'll shade it, and then we'll be good. We got to decide on the colors, because that part I don't know yet. The colors is pretty quick. It's mostly the shading that takes a little bit. Damascus steel, yes, that is exactly. I can never remember the name of it. Thank you. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's going to be colored that way, because that's kind of a weird color scheme. It's more about, because it's not really a color, like it is a color. It's kind of that like pinkish, oily, kind of pink and green kind of color scheme. But the thing is, the way it actually works is it's all like highlights depending on like how you twist it. The metal's still kind of a gray metal, but you get that sheen to it. So I can't really like draw that color exactly. I guess I probably could if I worked really hard with it, but it doesn't really matter. It's not the color I want to go with. I just wanted that kind of texture on the outside anyway. It was more about the lines than it was the color. It took me a second to bring it back, yeah. I don't remember who it was. There's somebody I was watching that was making like play buttons for people on YouTube, and they kept using Damascus steel. And so that's kind of where I was thinking of it. I guess that unintentionally inspired me to do this pattern. Weird where you get inspiration from, really. But I've known that for a long time. You get inspiration from weird places, but whatever. It ends up working out in the end, I guess. Oh yes, I completely forgot to do this line. Hold on, I gotta figure out the layer that's on. This line I gotta do. There we go. Oops. I messed it up a little bit. There we go. That's just a little bit of perspective that I needed to have. Anyway, back to this. This is going to screw up the coloring a little bit, these lines, but I'm not going to merge them in. Actually, it won't screw it up because I'm not going to merge them into the final design. They'll be separated. I'll show you a quick way to do coloring. The way I used to do coloring was like painting in it manually behind it, which you can do, and that's kind of how you do it in traditional art, but with digital art you can do it a lot faster. Especially when I finally learned like the best technique to do it. Yeah, I mean, my inspiration for like Nifty was or at least Nifty 2.0 was like from an old game I played called Neverhood, a little bit of inspiration from like Oddworld, a bunch of different stuff. Inspiration from just like stuff I've learned through art and like psychology about how people associate sharp objects with, you know, dangerous things versus smooth objects being kind of nice. So that goes into a lot of character design technique as well. Not just me, but like professionals as well refer to things like that. I mean, that was really the fundamental basis off of designing Nifty last stream, was just changing the design from being you know, smooth to spiky and a little sharp, really. And I think it worked out. I really like the Nifty design. Character design I'm more happy with. Kind of sucks because I've been trying to design a character for the stream specifically and for like YouTube for me, and I was fairly happy with it, but now I'm like, oh god, Nifty's better, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But I'm just like, damn it. Now I'm like reconsidering things about my other character. So, we'll see. I'll figure something out eventually that I'm happy with. Alright, there we go. There's all those lines. Looks a lot better when it's actually like in full. I wasn't totally into it initially, but I like it when it's like full opacity. It's always changing, right? Yes, it is. Very, very true. That is the general gist. Alright, there we go. I like that. I like that. Alright, so I think we're good there. So the only other thing I want to do is I want to go through with this tiny brush. I want to add a few cracks here too. I'm going to do another layer for that. There's a few little like cracks and stuff. I like that one. I'm just going to kind of go around and start adding these little cracks and stuff. Just for extra detail. Why not, you know? Oh, hey, JB, how's it going? I was just saying that how the story earlier is, like, so good. Because it is. I'm actually going to thicken this up because it should be thicker. There we go. Alright. Yeah, once these cracks are added, it'll look a little bit better as well. Because I do want it to look a little rough, right? Like, I do want to have some of that. Hey guys, just hanging out, that's all good. That's what we're here for, you know? Just having a good time, just chilling, doing what we're doing. I'm doing alright right now myself, so. Also, apologies if the stream's stuttering a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of weird stuff. Not unfixable, I just didn't have time to fix it completely, so. Didn't get that far today. Looks and sound good here. Perfect. That's all we needed. Just it to look good and sound good, and if that's what it is, then we're good. Got tons of fireworks going off. It's Canada Day today. Lots of that. Yes, I'm a Canadian. Oh, scary, I know. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, well, good that everything's working. I've had much worse glitches in the past, so even if there are some, who really cares? As long as they're not super bad. I've been fighting with that kind of stuff for the past forever. The chat's a little broken, but that's not my problem. Blame the people who make the widget for that. Because they broke it. Bastards. Oh my god, do you hear that? It might sound like it's part of the music. I don't know if you guys hear that. Do you hear it? There's some fireworks going off very close to me. Okay. It's very loud for me. But anyway. Alright. Let's see. I think we're good. I think we have everything we want. Yeah, there we go. We got a few little cracks in there. That's what I wanted. Hell yeah! Maybe we should add a few cracks to the base here, actually. It's kind of weird that there's no cracks there. I'm gonna add a few. They're really easy to do, so it's like, you know, just add a few here and there, why not? It will start here as well just because it's the weekend. Yeah. There have been some random times where people just like start, you know what, tonight's a firework night. I mean, tonight makes sense. In Canada, at least. But like, sometimes it's just like, oh, I guess somebody's into fireworks right now, you know? Because why not? I don't really get it myself. Never been a fireworks person, but hey, you do you, you know? I'm not liking these cracks as much. I'm trying to add them in. They're fine. The 4th is Monday, so they pop them all weekend. Yeah. That's fair, actually. That do make the sense. I'm gonna get rid of the cracks in the middle. I was gonna do them, but I think they're just distracting. I don't think they need to be there. Plus, I'm kind of the verge of city limits. Yeah. That also does not help. I mean, sometimes you get those neighbors that get, like, the crazy fireworks. Like, they actually have, like, a license. And so they're able to do, like, the crazy ones. I don't have any here, I don't think, but I know of somebody's house I went to years ago, and somebody was like that, and they had, like, crazy fireworks that, like, spelled the words and stuff. It was like, and this is just, like, a person at their house. It's kind of crazy. So when you see stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay, you know what? You get a pass because you're doing something cool. The fun neighbors, yeah, exactly. They get the free pass. Alright, I am just gonna take... Which one is it? Oh wait, I gotta turn this off. I Okay, I'm just taking this one out and then merging this. Ooh, wait, actually, I gotta take another one out too. I gotta take these letters out. Oh, actually, that's gonna screw things up, isn't it? I'm gonna take them out for now. Hold on. It'll be fine. Gonna make this black. And then these letters. Yeah, that's the one problem I have right now. I'm gonna need to actually go around and either delete these letters or make them black too. I do want them to be a different color. I'm about to get bombarded with fireworks this weekend. I live right by a park. Oh. Well, yeah, that's kind of... But at least, like, I feel like that's something that you can at least, like, know to expect, so you can, like, try to plan around it, right? Partially. It's still a little, like, you're not going to go out of your way to be like, I'm going to put up, like, you know, 20-foot barricades all around my home, soundproofed, so that I get nothing to disturb me. Like, that might be a little extreme, but, you know, maybe don't plan anything that requires silence. Or darkness. Depending on your orientation. They'll pop them all over my neighborhood, probably starting tonight at dark. Yeah. But what I don't get, I think like 9 p.m. to 10 maybe is like a time that's like, okay, you can do fireworks around then, because you want it to be dark, but you don't want to like disturb people too late. Like if you start doing fireworks at like 11, it's like, okay, you're pushing it. Any later than that, and it's like, you had time. You had time. Wait till tomorrow. You missed your opportunity. But there will be fireworks tomorrow, and it's like, the first was yesterday. But those are probably the people that like missed the day before. And they were like trying not to be jerks, so then they did it the second day because they're like, well, now we have all these fireworks. So the day after you get a bit of a pass still, but then like the third day, if it happens, it's like, okay. Something's not adding up here. Oh wait, I can just do this. Perfect, never mind. We're good, we're fine. I just thought about how layers worked for a minute, and I figured it out. Okay, these ones can also be black. Okay, perfect. I want them to be separate so they don't interfere with the color. And then this one, this can stay blue for now. So there you go, finished line art now. So now all we have to do is color things in. And I have to decide on the color. I'm not sure yet what it's going to be, but anyway, we can do this reference thing. And then we can do another layer. We'll put it underneath, and then we can fill in colors. I'm thinking a green, like similar to what Sealbur did. That's kind of what I was thinking. Kind of like a slightly bluish green. A little dark, kind of emeraldy. Something like that. Yeah, baby. Look at that. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I'm happy. Alright, I'm not going to color in the logo yet. This is going to be slightly darker. I'm actually going to make this slightly greener. Just a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it that same color. I think it actually looks pretty good. I might put this on this, though. Maybe not the greener one, though. Can I go back to the bluer one? There we go. Color is such a weird thing, because it's one of those things of, like, you've really got to, like, just trial and error it. Of course, there's a bit in terms of, like, experience with knowing how colors go together that you can try to make colors work. And you can obviously learn about things, but there's a certain part where it's like it doesn't really matter. Like all my color theory comes off of complementary colors, so like you know, what's a complementary color? Green and red are like opposite colors in like the color spectrum. So those are complementary colors. So they go together really well because they are complete opposites of one another. Mind you, I was given an art project that was based off of complementary colors, right? In high school. Here's an example of something from my high school art teacher that literally like had it out for me somehow. So it was based off of complementary colors. You make something, it didn't have to be super complicated, but it had to be based off of complementary colors. So what I used was green and red. But because there was just those colors, I wanted to enhance it a little bit. So I did shading with purple because it's like really close to red, and I did a little bit of purple in there as well. And I was given so much crap over that because they're like, it's just complementary colors, you can't use purple, it's not a complementary color. But green and purple look so good together, dude. Like, let's be real. I was mad. I was like, I was just doing cool colors, bro. Stop. So yeah, anyway, that's how that went. Regardless to say, I'm not pleased. There we go. Very nice. That color's a little bright. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. There we go, that's a little bit better. The letters are obviously obnoxious blue colors, but we'll change that, don't worry. Pax, yeah, exactly. It was a good color choice, okay? I thought it was good. My art teacher disagreed. Oh, now, you know the fireworks are really loud because now I can hear the little like wisp, which is much quieter than the actual firework explosion. Can you guys hear that at all? I don't know if you can. It's very loud. I say this microphone picks everything up, but I've also like post-processed it. I put so much effects on it, or so many effects on it, I should say, that I also would understand if you don't hear anything. Alright. So that color's not quite dark enough. I'm gonna darken it. It's either you or they are starting outside. I don't think it's me. But then again, I could be wrong. I don't think that's dark enough either. I gotta darken it just a little bit. There we go. There's a weird, like, because of the line art and the fact that it has a bit of like a frayed edge to it. Trying to look a little bit like a permanent marker. That's my favorite thing for, like, in traditional art anyway, for like color, or for line art, I should say. I do love me some permanent markers. I have a big collection of them. I have a giant one that's like this big around. That's the actual marker. The head is not quite as big. It's about the size of like a quarter. The tip of it. It's humongous. I've never used it and it's probably dried out since I bought it, but it's cool. I don't think I've ever opened the cap though. Actually, no, I have, because I know what it looks like. So it probably has dried out, but I'll pretend that it's still good. Wow, I love Sharpies. I do. Are you saying that you also love Sharpies? Because yes, they're good. I like them a lot. They're cool. Alright, I need the same dark... I'm actually going to take this side and put them on here. I need to be a bit darker on the outer edge. There you go, we're getting the color in here. We won't have to do too much shading because a lot of this is very like direct in whatever direction it is. Like the front face is obviously going to be brighter than the other sides. The side is going to be shaded in. So for the most part, everything's going to be colored in the shading that it should be, but we will add a little bit of shading here and there. Just little edge things. True, also love them. Yeah, they're good. I've always loved drawing... I mean, I had a problem for a while where I would like draw everything with Sharpies, which is kind of bad because if you were like not super refined with art and you screwed something up, then you're kind of locked into it, obviously. So I had a bit of a problem with that because, yeah. But eventually I got to a point where I drew everything in pencil lightly, and then I went over them again with a Sharpie. I actually have a video. It would be on the VOD channel now. But on the VOD channel, I have some paper traditional drawing that I did. And that's exactly what I did. And I colored it in with pencil crayon because I didn't have any good markers on hand. Pencil crayons are good too, you just gotta be like really like careful with them. Like markers you do too, but you gotta be like, if you fill in too much color in somewhere, you can't really get highlights out of it again. So you gotta know where your highlights are in advance. Shading is fine, but you gotta like really like do your color lightly so that you can make sure to use that same color to make a darker version of it so that you I actually don't like that being that color. I want to make them brighter. But you gotta be like really careful. You gotta know where to put your color so that you don't overshade something in or like put too much. I literally threw my pencil on my iPad. Oops. So yeah. I probably could have colored in that art on that stream more, but I didn't want to ruin it. The perspective in that art is a little weird, but it's nothing too weird. For being like the first time in a while that I did traditional art, it actually worked out pretty well. I should do another stream like that in the future. I just don't know what I draw. Maybe I draw my new version of my character that I've been working on in private. The only problem with it is there's one element of that character that I can't draw well half the time. So I've been trying to figure out how to like refine the character to not have that or be able to draw it easier. So that's the only problem. I've had plans for like the stream setup a long time ago for like, oh, I want to do the setup like this. And I want to have this on the stream, and I want to have this on the stream, and I've thought about that, but at the same time it kind of hasn't worked out because it's like, I don't think at that point I personally have the ability to do what I want to do with the stream. I would have to source out somebody else to help me with it because I don't know. I don't feel confident enough in it anyway, in my ability to do what I would want to do. That is not dark enough. We're gonna use this color. Hopefully this is good enough. This might be too dark. I'm not sure though. Oops. I think that's too dark because this will be like pure black. Yeah. Okay, I gotta find a better color for this. Maybe this. Yeah, that looks good. These are supposed to be like holes into the seal, like slots for the parts we get on moons. Not quite dark enough, I don't think. It's really hard with dark colors because you don't want to make it too dark, but you want to make it dark enough that it like looks clear and it gives you the look that you're going for. But once you start getting into the dark colors, you got to be careful that there's enough contrast between your line art and between your colors as well. I think this is good. I think this is what I wanted. Looking good? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That is what I basically wanted. It might be a little darker than what I wanted, but good enough. Can't complain, can't complain. I'm gonna use this same color on these just to bring more contrast into this picture. I like to reuse colors in places in designs just because it kind of reinforces the use of colors elsewhere, which is really helpful. My god, those fireworks are so loud. They keep getting louder, I swear to god. I knew this was going to be a problem today, but usually I don't have too much of an issue, because it's usually like the people that I'm around don't usually do too many fireworks, but I guess this year they were like, you know what, let's make a change. I do have a few new neighbors, so in fairness, it might be them. Hey, whatever, I guess you're having fun. It is a justified day for it. If you did it on a random day of the year, I'd be a little bit more annoyed, but whatever. Alright, we're good. Hey, look at that. We do have to fill in this logo. Do we make it a brighter color or do we make it darker? Ah, questions. I'm gonna try darker and see what I like. Oops. I think darker is the way to go. I could be wrong, though. Maybe not. Maybe brighter. Maybe brighter. I'm gonna try brighter. Let's see what I think of it. Gonna have to be brighter than that if I want to go brighter. This might be good. What are we thinking, brighter or darker? I'm kind of half and half on both. I'm thinking darker. I don't really know. Kind of like a seafoam green that we're using for things. I kind of like it. Darker with more black? Yeah. I'm thinking darker as well. I use this color. I'm going to make that a darker version of that color. Turn the saturation down a bit. Something like this. Whoops. Yeah, that definitely brings the design out more. You can see that sometimes the color doesn't quite fill in the edges perfectly on sharp connections, so you kind of have to fix up part of the lines, which is fine. Yeah, I'm thinking that's better. Would lean darker too, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I think lighter would work, but the majority of this design is fairly dark, so I think that's the play. I think what I'm going to do with these letters here, right here, I'm going to turn the reference off here. I'm going to recolor this to be the same color. You can do that in here somewhere. Where can I do that? Isn't it here? Yeah, they move so much stuff around that I don't know where half the stuff is now. Can I not recolor? They've updated this the last time that I did stuff. Where is that setting? I don't remember now. I must have got rid of it. Anyway. Okay. Well, I could just change the hue. I might just do that. It won't be the exact same color, but that's fine. Hue will be this kind of greeny color. Ooh, that actually looks better bright. I like that brighter. Like this. It's like a glowing effect. Something like that. Make it kind of subtle. Let's try a darker one too, just to see. What are you guys thinking? Darker or lighter? I think darker is better. I'm being honest. I think brighter is better. Do brighter like this? Hell yeah. Not super bright though. We want to make it like something like that. Yeah, there you go. That's kind of cool. We can obviously shade it so that it's different. But there you go. There's a look at the seal with color now. I'm going to be right back. I just have to go to the washroom real quick. But then I'm going to go around and shade this. Add some extra bit of shading, some shadows and stuff. Try to reinforce a bit of the direction, the light direction. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. It's going to be going this way. This way. I'm drawing like the worst arrow in the world. Oh my god. Oh my god, me draw a better arrow. This way. That's kind of the way our shadow's going to lean that way. You can tell by the brightness of everything. Really the shading in the highlight area is where everything kind of pops, so that's kind of what I want to do. But I'm just going to go to the bathroom really quick, and then we're going to get into that. I will be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Ah, man. Walking into this room is really weird because you come through this door and there's a light here that's putting the color in the background. And it's just like facing you, so you just walk into blue. It kind of feels like you're walking into like some holy religious room. You're like, oh, showered with blue and purple light. It's very odd. When you sit here, it's fine because it's all behind me, but when you walk in, it's like, it's a little jarring. But anyway. Alright. Oops, that's not it. Back to the art. Alright, I'm going to start with shadows. I'm going to do shadows in the kind of classic way, where I just actually put the color down, rather than anything else. Because the way that I did it with Nifty, if you guys remember, let's go to that for a second, just so I can show you. Here's a Nifty. Here's good old Nifty. Oh man, I love me Nifty. He looks really cool. I like him a lot. He came out fairly well. I didn't know how to like shade his kind of cloak part. I didn't know how to shade the bottom part of him, but I just kind of gave it a bit of a general gradient, and I feel like that worked well enough. So anyway, so the way we kind of did like the shading on him is just have like a general black layer. Just turn the background on really quick. There's a few like colored highlights on him that I added after, but like this is just a black layer that I then erased to provide lighting on him. And then there's also another layer like that. So there's these two layers. There's this layer, and then there's this layer, and then obviously the color layer. And there's this little extra bit of highlights that I put on him. Just bring out his eyes a little bit of detail on his face and stuff. We didn't get to all of that on stream last time. We only got to a little bit of the lighting before we kind of got to the time limit. So I just kind of wanted to show that too. But that's what we did. So I'm not going to do that with the seal. I'm just going to like actually draw in black instead, because we don't want it to be like that drastic of shading. We want it to be drastic shading, but like not that crazy. So yeah, let's do that then. Put a new layer and we can start shading. A lot of people will be like, don't use black, it's not good, don't use it. But what they don't tell you is you can use black and then put it on linear burn and then put it to like say 30-40%. I'll do 35 and see what we like of that. And then what you can do is you can go here or whatever, right? So if I want to do shading somewhere, like on the logo or something, then I can just go like this. And it's like a darker color, it's magic. And it looks great. Black rules. Hell yeah. People tell you to like use like a darker version of the color, but this automatically does it for you, so hey, if you want to cheat shading, there you go. 70% of my wardrobe is black. I mean, look, I have that the exact same way. I am right there with you, Jared. Like, you helped with it too. You're part of this. I did end up getting, to try to like counteract that for myself at least, I got myself colored hoodies because I wear hoodies a lot too. I still have a lot of gray and dark ones, but I got some colored hoodies. I have like some brighter ones, like a red one and a I wanted a yellow one. I couldn't find one. I got a green one though, and a blue one. The green one I can wear on stream if I'm not doing green screen stuff. The blue one I can wear on stream, but I don't typically. And the red one I want to because, you know, riskRED. But I can't because it's so bright on camera. It looks like I'm glowing. It is so bright. In real life, it's pretty bright, but it's way too bright for the camera. I can't do it. So that's why I don't wear that one. Thematically, it fits, but I just can't do it. It is too bright. Somehow. Oh yes, the green screen dilemma, yeah. I have slightly green eyes. I have hazel eyes, but I have a lot of green in my eyes. So I also run into that problem sometimes. It only happens when I take high quality pictures of myself. For stream, it's fine because the quality's so low that it just makes my eyes brown. So yeah, it doesn't matter, but if it's like an actual photo of myself and I'm like chroma keying it or something like that, or like high quality footage, I had that problem sometimes in my college program for film. Because I would take some green screen footage of myself and then I'd be like, my eyes look weird. Simple fix, really. You just have to put like a thing to tell it don't green screen around the eyes. It's not like just a ticker box though. You have to like set the region and then make it track, and it is a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. It's fine. It's fine enough that it's not that big of a deal, but it's just like extra work because I have slightly green tinted eyes. Whatever. I have noticed in the past that it isn't a problem if I'm in like a darker scene, but it's hard to do that with a green screen. Because the green's like a bright green, so that comes out a bit more because of that. There might be a solution to it. Probably contact lenses actually would work really well, but I don't want to do that. I'm one of those people that are like, nope, contact lenses is a nope from me. Don't need that in my eyes, thank you much. Don't need that. Thanks. Appreciate the offer, but also a big nope. So respect any of you that that have contact lenses, either for prescription or just like if you do like, I don't know, cosplay or something. Possibly. And use that, then, you know, kudos, I guess. Because I can't do that. Hell nah. I wouldn't care once they're in, I just care, like, about putting them in and taking them out. Like, that would be all I would be thinking about once they're in. I'd be like, oh crap, I gotta take these out now. Oh no. You know what I mean? I'd be paranoid the whole time. The whole time. I'm good with glasses. Don't fully need glasses. I have like a little bit of bad eyesight, but it's mostly because of astigmatism. Which, if you don't know what that is, it basically just means your eyes are like slightly misshapen, which means all lights look really annoying. And everything looks sharp and pointy and not like blurry. Like if you look at like a headlight or something, it's supposed to be like, you know, this like glow of light, but to me it looks like a star. Which I didn't know I had for the longest time, and I didn't realize that's how it's not supposed to look. And now I feel like I'm like not nearly as good. I'm an inferior person. I can't see lights right. It's fine. It does suck in the film industry, though, a little bit, because it's like, if you have to set up, like, lights and stuff, it's, like, hard to look at. My glasses are supposed to fix that, but they do marginally. Whatever. Anyway, once we're done this shading, we'll do highlights as well. It's not just shading, we also want to do some bright spots on the side of things. Just brings everything out a lot more. Highlights are a lot more subtle, they also don't take nearly as much time, typically. Depends on how involved you want to be with them, but they usually don't take nearly as long. Shading takes a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the shading's really helping bring out the art here. You know what's really interesting? This looks very different for you guys. This looks insanely different. On my screen, I think it's partially because I have a warm filter on for nighttime, and I think that's screwing up my colors a little bit. It looks a little more blue to you guys than it does to me. It looks a little more green to me. It's fine. It looks good both ways. It actually looks better to you guys, so I'll take it. It's interesting anyway. I have a little bit of a color discrepancy between my two monitors on my computer as well, so that's also part of it. But it's interesting to see the differences between colors just based on the technology, not so much based on like what it's trying to produce, because like both my monitors are set to do the same color space. There's different color spaces that monitors can do, of course. I have them both set to sRGB because that's a pretty common standard, and they look slightly different. My one monitor is slightly brighter than the other one, which the only time I've really noticed that be a problem is when I stream Binding of Isaac. I can look at the stream view that you guys see, and it looks brighter on that monitor because the preview's on this one, my game's on the other one. And so sometimes it's easier to see things in the dark if I look over there for a second. It's kind of funny. I think I've remedied it a little bit, so it's not as big of a deal, but it's still funny. There we go. Okay, anyway, we haven't done all the shading yet, but you can just see the difference between shading. Like, what a little enhancement right there. Shading is both good because it adds that little bit of extra depth to things, but it also makes everything kind of like sync up together, you know? Makes everything have that little bit of extra, you know, oomph. I don't know how I'm really shading these. I'm just kind of thinking about like, oh, I could shade these somehow. And so I kind of am, kind of am not. A little weird. I don't really know what I'm doing with this. I just want to put a little bit of extra, like, depth to this, to the circles here. I think I mostly have something. If it doesn't look good, we can just undo it. Or erase it, whatever's easier. Once again, art is always that little bit of trial and error. You won't always get exactly what you want right off the bat, but you'll eventually get something. Alright, yeah, I like that. That makes the hole seem a little deeper. I don't really know if I need to add too much shading to the little things on the surface, because to me they would be flat. But we could try something. You could really spend like a huge amount of time on shading too. Like you could just be like so meticulous about everything, and or you could try to like, you know, research as much about like similar shapes in real life to try to get them as accurate as possible. You could do so much in that regard. Eventually I just tell myself, you know what, I'm just gonna do as close to what I think is right. If something looks off, I'll just undo it, or, you know, do something else, or just disregard it, or whatever, you know? Which isn't always the perfect way to go about it, but sometimes it's just like... Sometimes things look better if you do them the way that you think they're supposed to be done, rather than how they're actually supposed to probably be done. So... I just go with that logic and be like, you know what, I think it should look like this, so that's what it looks like now. Sometimes there might be external reasons for some art to look more close to being accurate. If you're going for realism, then that seems pretty obvious why you'd want that. But sometimes there might be like a, you know, a specific reason because your art is being made for something else and it's like an important factor, you know. I don't think it's a super important factor for this. Unless, Jared, you say otherwise and the story needs the lighting to be completely different, then maybe we have to change it, but... Anyway, I think we will get to finishing this today. We're getting pretty close. Unlike Nifty, we put a lot of work into doing the actual cleanup of that art. Now, mind you, that was, again, a different process. That was cleaning up the sketch and using that as the line art. So we had to try to make all the line art, like, we had to erase part of the lines and then add new parts of the lines to make it cleaner. And so it sometimes takes a while to do that kind of thing. Again, that's like a new style I've been experimenting with in the past little bit, and I do like the final products. It just takes a little longer to get there. But it does look good. So I can't put it at complete fault, because I do like the look. For this, I didn't want to go with that, though. I like the cleaner look. And I think, ultimately, we made the right decision with that. I've always liked this brush. It took a very long time to try to like get it exactly how I wanted it, both functionality of how it works on the canvas, because you can set things for like how much do they react to pressure sensitivity, how much do they react to, you know, the speed of your brush strokes and everything. So it took a very long time to get it where I wanted it, but also for the look of it. It's very simple, but like I couldn't find anywhere online where somebody made like a brush that looked like a permanent marker. And I'm not saying this looks exactly like a permanent marker, but nobody had one, so I had to make something as close as I could. So I think we're good. I think it's pretty close. Close to me anyway. I was like, I'm just gonna test my own permanent markers and see if that looks similar. Yeah, it looks similar enough. Let's go with it. This is the same brush I used for the simians, by the way. This is what they're all made out of. Obviously, the art on OpenSea is a lot lower resolution than what I drew them in, so you don't really see this fine detail in that, but if any of you guys want cleaned up versions of your simian, like a higher resolution version, I do offer that. It's been a while since I've really mentioned it, but yes, that is a thing. If you just request that from me, I will send you a full quality version of your simian or simians. Alright. And another one of those today. I actually just bought my second. Yeah, I saw that. Looks good, too. There's always part of me that I was like, oh, I probably could have put more time into putting in more traits. But we wanted to get them done for everybody, but I mean, that's really just a lot of, like, you know, looking back at things and being like, ah, you could have done this, could have done this. There's always a little bit of that, you know, with anything, so can't dawn on it for too long, you know. This song played for a second time, I swear it has. I said I wasn't going to add shading to these little triangle things, and now I am. So, yeah, don't believe what I say half the time, because I'm actually lying. Unintentionally. I'm drawing these all to the right angles, because I want them to all have accurate shading. There we go. Cool, bro. Very, very nice. Alright, I think that's good. I'm not going to put any shading on the little, like, things underneath. It's not really going to stand out too much. Alright, good, good. There's that. Again, reminder that, that looks like that. Alright, I'm going to put it on the outer edge as well. I don't know where else it needs. I was going to put it under the letters, but I think the letters just being like a brighter color kind of on top is detail enough, really. I might erase part of the one side of the letters to make them darker, or maybe... Actually, I know how I could do that. I want to make the letters get darker a little bit on the side, just so that they look like they have a bit of a sheen to them. I think I know how I'll do that. I said I think, though, so we'll see if it works out. Actually gonna make my brush bigger here. It's gonna take forever to shade at this thickness. Whoops. We're good. There we go. Much better. Alright, we're good. I do think, you know, nice benefit out of doing the simians. Because I got a lot more comfortable with digital art, for sure. It was a nice bonus. Wasn't really the intention. The intention was, you know, just get the simians done. But, again, nice bonus. Nice bonus. Alright, there we go. A little bit of shading on the edge, it just adds a little bit of an oomph to it, you know? There we go. Very, very nice. I might add a bit of shading on this outer edge, like I might do something like this. It won't go above the letters, though. Actually, I could change that, hold on. Could I change that? Yes, I can, baby! I don't know if this is a good idea. I usually don't do this kind of shading on this most front-facing surface, but sometimes it adds a little bit of perspective. I also usually do the shading fairly rough still, just because it gives it a bit more texture than trying to, like, clean up the lines and make them perfect. Yeah, I'm actually going to drag the shading out a little bit more here. I think I can get away with it. Do something like that. There we go. That just gives it a bit of, like, slight roundness without being too round or anything. I might even, I'm actually going to redo the shading in the middle here, too, if I'm going to do this. Is what I'm going to do. I'm gotta see where I can start this. Probably around here. I'm gonna bring shading out on this side too. Not as much, not as much. This gives this surface a little bit of a round feel, which I don't know if that's fully what I'm going for, but it brings things out more, so I'm okay with doing it. I want to keep going with this. Make this a bit thicker so I can justify it going over here. And then we're going to go back and bring this in eventually. And when we add the highlights, it'll really give the whole shape a lot of oomph, essentially. There we go. There's some stuff, and I'm going to put some extra shading on here now. Just on this side, though, because this is a flat surface. There we go. A little bit of extra shading there. And now, I'm just going to look anywhere else that I think shading might be needed. We will put shading under some of the cracks that are on the surface here, just because they would have some shading, but outside of that, I think we're good. I might add some shading underneath the logo here, just like here, just to make it look like it has some depth to it. I think that might enhance a few things. Might not, I might be completely wrong, but I think this would help bring out some of this logo too. And then once this is done, I'm gonna, yeah, we will do the highlights. Would you guys find uses of having this as a an emote in the Discord? I'd be curious to know. We have some emotes in the Discord that are just kind of like things that are images we use for other things, so they're emotes because they can be. But not everything, you know, translates well to being an emote for use purposes. Like, it looks good as an emote, but it might not actually have like much of a use, right? So absolutely. All right, there you go. That just brings the logo out a little bit more, pops it up. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna put some shadows under these cracks, I guess, just like this, and then we'll be good on the shading, and then I can kind of add a little bit here and there with highlights, and then I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. We'll be in the clear. All right, let's see here. Well, actually, I might want to do a little bit with the text. I said I wanted to do some stuff with that. I think I still will. Hard to say, will I? Yeah, I will. I might not, too. Who knows? Maybe I'll add... Ooh, that would be cool. Ooh, I should do that. I'm gonna try something. It's gonna be pretty sick, dude. I'm gonna knock your socks off. Maybe. I'm not gonna promise too much. Who knows what'll happen, but I have an idea, and if it works the way I want it to, then it'll look pretty cool. If not, it'll look okay. Or it'll look bad. I'm hoping not bad, but who knows. All right. Oh, we're not quite done. There's a few up here too. I didn't think I put a lot up here, but I guess I did. These are more just like contact shadows, really. It's not so much a shadow that's supposed to be like accurate to the way the lighting goes. It's just like a little bit of ambient occlusion if you want to be like gamer about it. Alright, there's that. Oh, there we go. Just a few little shadows here and there just to amplify those cracks up a bit. And we're good. What was I gonna do? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I want to see if this works. There's this bloom function, which is kind of crazy. See if I can get this to work. Yeah. There you go. Glowing letters. They glow. Coin flip. Ooh, coin flip. Okay, we can do coin flip. There you go. It's like a glowing letters. It's the most important part. It's the most important part. What does it say, everybody? Quiz question. I technically showed it earlier, but anyway. Coin flip. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It's heads! Oh, it's heads. It popped up on my screen. What, the coin flip? That's alright. We got coin flip. It's heads. Okay. The way the coin flip works, if you didn't happen to read it, I either tell an awesome story about myself or an embarrassing one based on what it lands on. Heads is a good one. Tails is the bad one. Tails. No, it's heads. It landed on heads. I just did the coin flip. Did you not see it? Are you gonna make me do it again because you're like, oh, I didn't see it? No. You saw it. Do I have to redo it? Alright, give me a second. Okay, I've had to actually like start while I'm behind. Oh, I see. Alright, we're doing. Alright, just for you. Just sooner, we're gonna reflip. It's gonna be heads again, it's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. Well, that changes what I was gonna say. Alright. Alright. I got one. I'm gonna change. I have it set so that I say an embarrassing story. It's more so just bad story, but it is about myself, so I guess it's embarrassing. Bad story, really. So. Oh, what story would I do? I told you it was Tails. Of course, yeah. You were right. It was Tails. Okay, so I had. Okay, so when I was probably like, I'm gonna say 10. So like, for most of my life, my grandparents and like, you know, aunts and uncles and stuff, we'd get together for Christmas or whatever. You know, I'd have like Christmas at my house with my immediate family, obviously, and then we'd go out and kind of have like a second part of Christmas with relatives and stuff. Nothing too crazy, right? So I would basically, I was not very fond of. I kind of was a little bit because as a kid, like we'd get presents, but all the adults don't. So at a certain age, like once you're an adult, you don't get gifts. But I wasn't at the time, so I liked it for that. But I also was like not like super fond of being there because it was kind of like, what do I want to say? They were kind of a lot of my family there are people that like don't live in like the most cleanly of conditions. And I'm not saying, like, obviously, you know, you live how you live, but it's like... It was a little extreme at times. I was never a huge fan. It was also a lot of them I'm not, like... My family is very different than the rest of my family. Like, the rest of my family is very, like, you know, rural and stuff, which is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's just like when... I'm very much not that. It's hard to like talk and like connect about things with people in the family because you're just so like polar opposite of that. So either way, anyway, my grandparents though would usually give gifts to me and my cousins that usually showed up. So what would happen is we would get gifts at some point that were of like decent value. And this was like, I want to say the first time it was really done to the large extent, but essentially it's Christmas time. And what happened is, the whole time I was there, I was never allowed to go in the garage area. I was like, I can't go in the garage. Not allowed in the garage. Okay, that's a little weird, but I'm not allowed to go in there. They were just like, no, you can't go in there. Which they were never like that before, you know, any other year. So I was like, that's weird. And as a kid, I didn't really think, like, if I was a bit older, I could have been like, oh, maybe they're renovating it. Maybe they have something they just can't go in there, whatever, right? Anyway, we're eventually taken outside, me and my two other cousins, and we're given, I'm going to go here for a second because I can't focus while I'm talking about it. So we're given a place to stand. We're all in front of the garage. It's three of us. It's two cousins, me. And they open the garage door, and there's like some crazy stuff in there. There's 2 4-wheelers. There's like 2 electric scooters with like beast wheels. Like this is like a huge, like it's like a robust big electric scooter with these monster wheels on it. And it's like, that's crazy, dude. And there's 2 of those. And it's like, okay, what the heck? And that was really all I saw. And I was like, that's crazy, that's awesome. And I've wanted an electric scooter for so long. I was like, that's so cool as a kid. Because they were advertised like crazy, you know, like Razer. Not like the Razer mouse, like Razer that makes scooters. So they were like, I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then anyway, so my one cousin, he was a bit older. So I was like, okay, he's probably got the 4-wheeler. But there's 2 of them, so that's weird. The 2 of them were for him. He got 2. I'm like, okay, crazy. They give him they lead him to the 4-wheelers. They're like, here you go. And he starts getting on one, kind of playing around. One of my like family members, uncle, kind of, not uncle, but you call him uncle. He was like showing him all the stuff. So then my grandmother goes back to me and my other cousin. My other cousin, she's like, oh, these electric scooters are for you. She got 2 of those. I'm like, oh, that's insane. That's crazy. 2 for her. And I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I was told to stand here. What do I have? Didn't see it initially. I didn't look. I look over and I'm given 1 adult bike. Now I want you to remember something here. It is Christmas. It is Christmas. It is December. There is snow everywhere. So a 4-wheeler still works. Still works in the winter. The scooters were it's why I mentioned they were monsters of scooters. They had huge tires. They still worked in the winter. It wasn't heavy snow, so they still worked. The bike was thin wheels, and I also was too short for it because it was an adult bike. It was an adult used bike that was squeaky. I'm like, I got that. My 2 cousins got these brand new, like, powered vehicles that worked in the winter, and I got a bike that I couldn't ride because it got caught in the snow, and I couldn't fit on it. And it was really disappointing, and I was in a bad mood the rest of the day. I was like, I mean, thanks. I did have it later, and I think I used it eventually. Because I eventually did fit on it when I was like, you know, a teenager. And we like, you know, put a bit of WD-40 on that, on some of the hinges so it didn't squeak. And it was okay. It was okay. But I had to age into that several years. At least, before I could ride it. It took a huge gamble that I would get taller, because I'm not saying my family members are short, but my dad is like average height. My mom is probably average height too. I am much taller than them. I got lucky on that front. But yeah, it somehow worked out. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, the bike, the gift that kept giving for years to come. Kinda. I think I eventually got a new bike like 6 months after that, because that one was still kind of not great. It was a weird bike. It wasn't even like a bike that was like a new modern bike. It was like a bike that was like kind of slightly older, where it wasn't fully like up to code, if you know what I mean. So it's like, eh. Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. Actually, I'll give you a second thing, since we're on this topic. Beach cruiser lightly used. Yeah. Yeah, I got, the same grandparents, I think beforehand, but I can't remember. I think it was my 10th birthday. My parents wanted to keep it fairly, like, under the radar a little bit more. Not under the radar, but, like, you know, not super obvious. I didn't invite tons of friends over. It was just my parents, my grandparents that showed up. And we kind of hung out at the house. They kept it a little more tame. That's fine. That's fine. My one friend ended up coming over that day anyway, while I was having this, like, birthday party under the radar. Eventually, we just had to let him because he was, like, this kid that just wouldn't go away. So we let him stay. He was the only friend at my birthday party. But anyway, so my grandparents, for my birthday, got me... Well, okay, so they got me two gifts. They got me one thing. They got me one of those, like, little, like, you know, things that go on your ceiling. That's like a solar system thing. Like, the sun is like a lamp. And then there's little, like, wires that come out, and they had little planets on it, and it would, like, orbit around. They gave me one of those. Excuse me. They gave me one of those. It wasn't too bad. Worked fairly well. Couldn't complain. It was a little weird. It was a little weird because I was, like, turning 10. I was kind of, like, already kind of a little older for that, but it wasn't... It was fine. Always cool. Yeah, exactly. You know? It was fine. It still was pretty cool. So I'm okay with that. The other thing they gave me, though... They gave me another light. Well, this light... You know those old... Oh god, can I find them? What are they called? Oh god, do you know what those are? Oh my god, what are they? They were those lamps that, like... They were made out of, like, little beads? Edison bulbs. No. They were like those little... They weren't beads, but they were like glue? You know what I mean? Let's see if I can find it. I just want to see if I can find... Yeah, like these things. I found them. You know these things? No, not lava lamps. You know these things? These things. You know these? They're like made out of these little like beads and they're lamps. And they're like glued together. And they're kind of flexible when you hit them. They're like made out of like hot glue. And they look really bad. Oh, they are a lot. EVA lamp light. You know these things? Hot glue, yeah. This one has its leg broken off. Sorry, SpongeBob. This is not what I was given. I just looked up a SpongeBob one. You know what I was given? You know what I was given? I'll see if I can find it. It's probably online. Oh, Christ, I found it. Oh, God. No. I found it. Oh, Jesus. There it is. It's a little low quality image, but it's fine. I'm not joking. That was what my grandparents gave me. Dora. Why, I don't know. They gave me this. My one friend is there. My one friend is there. Literally, like, the only one there. If there was none of my friends there, which there wasn't supposed to be, it would have been fine. It was the first time I was given a gift, so I'm thinking it was not the first time I was given a gift, but it was the first time I was given a gift where, like, I had to be like, you know, I didn't like it, and it was like, this is kind of weird. Like, whatever, like, now, it's like, it's a Dora, whatever. But, like, you know, at that time, I was like, I was never into Dora. It was kind of weird. And they also just gave me another light. Like, the other one was a lamp. It was like a ceiling light. This one wasn't, obviously, but 2 lights, so kind of weird that way. It was just kind of weird. But if none of my, like, it was the first gift I got where I had to pretend I liked it. So that's what I'm thinking, like, the bike was not, I think that was after. So it's probably like, you know, probably the same year, but just Christmas. I'm feeling that's true. And I've always had this joke of, like, I don't know what to expect from my grandparents if they gift me anything now. Now they just give me hoodies all the time because they know I like hoodies. That's totally fine. I like hoodies and they usually get me good stuff that way, so honestly fine. But yeah, this was weird. I remember throwing it in my closet, like, the next day. I don't know what happened to it either. I don't know where it went. It might still be in my house somewhere. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know, dude. It was weird. Anyway, we're doing art, by the way. Yeah, I don't know, man. My one friend was there though, and I had to also, like, pretend in front of him, and he was just, like, dying of laughter. He was somebody that would not hold back. He was just like, oh my god, that's hilarious. He was dying. He was a little younger than me too, so this was like a 9-year-old. In fairness, I kind of thought it was hilarious and also weird at the same time. I did want to laugh at the time. I do remember that. My parents were very proud of me that day, though. They were like, wow, you, like, made it seem like you got something good, and you didn't. And that's the first time I've ever seen you do that. And I'm like, yeah. It was kind of sucky. I didn't like it. They're like, it's fine. I think they got me something for the fact that I did that well. Because again, I was like 10. I think. I might have even been younger than that, I don't know. I have a memory that I was 10, but I don't know if that's true. Anyway. Bit of a tangent about bad gifts, but I just thought of it since I mentioned the bike thing. It fits in the category of these are weird gifts. Anyway. Other than that, I don't really know any other weird gifts I got. My dad constantly gets gifts from a high school friend of his that for some reason believes that he loves the movie Christmas Vacation. My dad likes the movie, don't get me wrong, but he's not obsessed with it, but this friend thinks he is, so he always gives him, like, ornaments of Christmas Vacation that make, like, sounds, but usually they only play, like, one clip from the movie. So, like, every year he gets, like, a new clip and a new ornament. Christmas ornaments as a gift is so weird. Hey, it's Christmas, here's ornaments that now are irrelevant because Christmas happened. Now you get to use them next year, maybe, if you remember. Like, what? Thanks, okay. I'll remember that, yeah. Thanks, I guess. I don't know, I don't get it. There are some people too, I don't know if you have this. At least when I was younger, not so much now. But when I was younger, I would have, like, you know, family members that would, like, that I didn't know that well, but knew me well enough that they would get me gifts and stuff, and they would usually always get me, like, an actual, like, gift. I'd be like, why? You don't know, like, you don't know me well enough that you would know what I want as a gift, and it was usually, like, super ultra specific, and usually wrong. It would be like a tool set. Be like, ah. Yes. I'm not a hardworking person. At least in terms of, like, you know, like physical labor. Respect to those of you who are, either for work or just like, you know, as a hobby, whatever it is. I am not that kind of person. I have kind of done that kind of work at a time, but not really. I kind of feel like I'm cheating saying that. Those are the ones that you would prefer give you like money instead. They don't. You wish they would, they don't, but yeah. Alright, there's some highlights there. Where else can we get some highlights here? I guess on the edge of the seal, right? Why, yes, I believe that will work. I'm gonna make this highlight a little thicker. Like a 12 or a 13. Sure, a 13. Ooh, this is going over the letters. Oh yeah, it is. I don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna do a new layer that goes just under the letters. I say as I don't put it as a layer underneath the letters. There we go. I want the letters to always, like, remain on top. Also, this is not bright enough. There we go. I don't know, though. I think everybody has, like, a quarry of bad stories that they can just kind of pick out from. I've noticed that, at least for myself, because, like, I'll be like, huh. I have to, like, start writing down stories now, because I don't want to, like, tell stories that I've already told on stream prior for coin flip. I'm not promising that won't happen. Sometimes I forget, but I try to write them down and say which ones I've said. I'll probably end up telling the Dora one accidentally again. Actually, I probably won't, but... I'm just mentioning it because it might happen. I'm hoping not, but I, again, have no guarantees. But I've had more problems coming up with, like, good stories, you know? Like, I'm like, what's a good story that I have? I don't know. There's something, maybe, but I don't know what it is right now. There you go, that's a better color. I don't want to interfere too much with the letters. I want them to be readable. This one's a little more challenging, so I'm going to get rid of this one and make it a more subtle highlight so that you can read it. You know what letter it is. There you go. I want it to be readable, at least enough that you know what the letters are. Alright, I think you have to put highlights on this side too. I'm not going to put them on the cracks, or I will put them on the cracks, but I'll wait until after... I will wait until after the main highlights on this side are done. You can see how the highlights just add that little bit of oomph. A little bit of extra definition to the edges and things so that you can see them a little easier. That's why I love highlights. There they are. I'm gonna actually go to our other highlight layer and just boost these colors up brightness-wise. I think they can be a bit brighter and a bit more saturated. There you go. Very nice. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna not brighten them up quite as much. Still a little bit. Something like that. There you go. That's what I wanted. Very, very nice. Alright. We're almost there, I think. If not actually all the way there. We might be good, actually. I think we might be good with that. Because highlights, you usually don't need too many more. I'll put a little bit more, just some thinner ones. Might turn the brightness of this down a little bit. I might just put a few on these edges and things. But other than that, I think we're good. Actually. This is kind of the stage where it's like, I could spend longer on it, but is it really going to be worth it in the end? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say. You know, there's probably a little bit I'm missing and I'm not even thinking about it, but at that point it's like, is it needed? No, I think we got all the necessary stuff out of the way, so it's just like a little bit of extra stuff you can do. And we got these here. Anywhere I can think to put them, really. I think we're good. Yeah. I think we're good. I think that is where we can leave that. I think that is the seal of Illsendor. With no little pieces in it at the moment. There would be pieces that fill these slots, but I think that is what that would look like prior to the slots. Maybe there would be, maybe you could wear it as a medallion, so maybe there'd be a rope with that too, but that's just the seal on its own anyway. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. I think that's pretty good. I think that works well enough. And yeah. Alright, I am going to call that there, I think. I'm going to call it there. I know, we're almost close to the 3-hour mark, so, you know what, that works out pretty well, I think. Yeah. Turned out so well. Yeah, I think so. We got some decent art there. I drew it a little smaller than I probably should have, but oh well. There you go. We now have kind of like a nice little category of art that we've made on the stream. I mean, 3 of them are nifty, but still, we have some stream art now. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, in my opinion. Yeah. And I think, I mean, JB, you mentioned something earlier, when thinking about other things we might draw in the future, so I think I know what we'll be drawing next week, which will be pretty cool. Yeah. Either way, I don't know if I can say, I have some stuff I was going to say about art, but I don't think I can say it yet. So I don't think I will at the moment. I don't want to give anything away too much right now. I'm just going to say, oh, there might be stuff in the future. Oh, who knows? But yeah, I'll leave that like that. Can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait either. It'll be really cool. Anyway, with that being left there, I'm going to head out. Thank you guys so much for those of you who came out. Thank you, Steve, for the gifted sub and all that. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you want to see any of my past streams and stuff, that is, you can view a good chunk of them here on Twitch, but also older streams, as well as they're slightly edited, so some of the audio might be a little bit more balanced there on my YouTube archive channel of the streams. That is down below underneath here. Links to Twitter, to my own Discord, any of those kinds of things is also below. But if you're just here for the Shot to the Moon art streams, then obviously join the Shot to the Moon Discord. If you're not already, discord.gg/shottothemoon. Yeah, so that's everything from me. I normally stream tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow this week just because I do have other plans, so I'm not able to do that this week, but I usually do stream tomorrow around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my normal streaming time on the days that I do stream outside of today. So I do stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Other than today on Friday, where I stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On those days is when I normally stream. So I will be back on Monday. I was going to do Death Stranding next stream. I might still do that. But I did enjoy doing the Binding of Isaac stream I did on Wednesday, where you guys are actually able to interact with the game and kind of either give me items or take away my items or spawn bosses on me or give me friends to help me out or whatever you want to do. That was fun. I did really enjoy that stream, so I do want to do another one of those as well. But anyway, guys, that is everything. Again, thank you guys so much, and I will see you, I guess, Monday. So, yeah. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
This is the plan.
See you guys.